What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig. We're going to talk about the markets. I'm going to go over quite a few charts today, so stick around for the whole video. We're going to look at the Dow Jones. We're going to look at Bitcoin, the Amazon compared to Bitcoin chart. We're also going to look at Ethereum, Litecoin, BNB, XRP, and gold and silver towards the end. Make sure you stick around for the whole video. I got a lot to talk about here. If we are looking at a Great Depression style crash, which I believe we are, not saying the markets can't go up a little bit higher before it happens, but I think, as I've been saying for a long time, I think we are very near the top, if not already topped out. Now, if you look back into what is the oldest indicator in the markets, is the Dow Jones. It was around for the Great Depression. We've seen what happened to it then. Everything else is more speculative. You got the S&P, you got the Nasdaq, you got all the other charts, all the other assets are very high speculation. The more speculative it is, the harder it drops. Gold and silver, they're also speculative assets, but they have been money for a very long time. They usually drop the least in the market crash, but Bitcoin is still highly speculative. It really doesn't have a set use case yet. Pretty much all based on hype as of now. Do I think Bitcoin is going to go much higher in the future? I do. I think it's going to be a long time though, and I think we have a lot lower to go. If you are looking to buy Bitcoin, at least watch this video and make your own decision. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, but guys, this could get very ugly. I'm going to show you how in the charts. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you my targets. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you smash that thumbs up, leave your comments down below, and let's get into it. So as you can see, the chart I have up, been talking about this for a long time. The 100-year cycle, right? You can see here on the left what happened in the Great Depression. Do you think anybody thought that was going to happen up here? Hell no. Everybody was buying in up here, right? That's why people were jumping out of windows and total chaos, everything into shambles. We are heading towards that now. I talked about it in yesterday's video. If you're a business owner, know any business owners, or are high enough up in your business to see what's going on, the money's running out, things are getting ugly, and I've been talking about this for so long. My opinion is to be in cash. The dollar's dying. You'll hear it everywhere. My opinion is to be in cash. Why? Because when this happens and you have cash, you can ride this all the way up. Obviously, it's not going to happen overnight. These things take time, and as you can see in the way the economy is going, the economy has already been crashing, guys. It's going to take a minute for the markets to catch up, but when they do, it's all bad. And what people don't seem to understand is they think everybody loses when the market crashes. No, for one, if you're trading the markets and you're short the markets, you're doing very well. The other thing is, who do you think made it happen? The people that sold and took profits at the top. Then once the big boys start taking profits, you get a relief rally. Everybody starts to feel comfortable again. They start to get back in because they don't want to miss the bottom, and it just continues lower. So just be aware of what can happen. I do believe this is coming, and my Bitcoin target is still 9,300 to 3,500 range for a true bottom. I've been saying that for a long time. I didn't think we'd get this this high. We got at 73,000, but again, that looks like just a stop hunt above the old high and continuation down. It got everybody hyped, got them in, and had a huge drop. So let's take a look at, this is Bitcoin on the daily, right? You can look at this parabolic rise, and you can see it was broke here. And if you probably can't read these, but they're short and long spots on the daily chart. I've made a video long time ago. You can check it out on the EMA strategy. It is in my YouTube page. But you can see how accurate this is. It warned you to short here, long here. Sometimes it's really close together, so make sure you use stops. But for the most part, this is hugely accurate. It told you to long down here. So what it is I use the 8, the 13, and the 21 55 and 200 EMA, right? The yellow is the 21 EMA. This one, or the yellow is the 55 EMA, I'm sorry. When the 8, which is the red line, the 13, which is the white line, and blue is the 21, cross the 55, the next candle opens and closes, and there is a, let me get this on there so you guys can see what, I don't know why it's not coming up, but this is the EMA candle close strategy, 8, 13, 21, 55, 200. You can find that on your trading view if you use trading view. But anyways, it gave you the short up here. This was a daily short signal, so far playing out beautifully. Now, one thing I want to point out is a lot of times after you get the short signal, right? Let's go back here to the big drop, right? So you got a short signal right here, right? This was your short signal, the cross. You came back up, and sometimes you'll come up and almost tag this 55 EMA. So we got to look at that in the charts as if we get a big rally, where might that go? It is a short day in the stock markets. I close at 1 o'clock Eastern time today. But that's somewhere around the 64, depending on, you know, if it turns around and takes a while, it could get all the way up to that 66 range. So keep that in mind, that's a possibility. But either way, I do believe the top is in here. Let's look at the Amazon compared to Bitcoin chart. So those of you that watch my channel know I like to watch market structure. You can see the similarities in the structures here. Now, some people are going to scream because it'll make them feel better. But you're comparing a weekly to a monthly, but it is about the structure, right? You can find the same structure in a 1-minute chart, and it 99% of the time it will play out the same. You got your high, your higher high, right? You had your high over here. You had your low, your high, your lower low, your higher high, and then the crash. Same exact thing that we got right here, guys. You got your high, your low, your higher high, your lower low, your higher high, and the crash. Now, this is usually ends up, and what was this? This was, you know, back in 2000 when this popped. The markets crashed, right? This was a highly speculative asset. Did it make a comeback? Hell yes, it made a comeback. But it took decades, guys, to see this come back, right? So what I'm saying is I believe if this is happening again, my buy zone is around 35 to 9,500. Look how long it stayed in here. Again, this is a weekly chart. This is a monthly, and they're playing out. So if it played out, it could be 5 to 10 years before, you know, it really starts moving up again. But it could be a very long time before this high is broken, especially if, listen to me now, if the markets crash severely, like Great Depression style crash, like I just showed you in the Dow Jones, this is going to get ugly, guys. Very ugly. So as you can see here on this chart, it's another Bitcoin chart. This is the weekly. I've showed you guys this indicator before. It's the CM underscore ULT underscore MACD underscore MTF indicator, right? Every time we've had a cross here, we've had huge drops. Like this one here, this was our big one, all the way from 69,000 down to 15.5. And look where it started, right? Way down here, guys. And it went, had tons of room to go. And we're looking at the same type pattern here, guys. This is a topping pattern, in my opinion, in a big, big way. I mean, a huge topping pattern with very much lower lows to go. Now, we'll go into the smaller time frame on the Bitcoin chart where I showed you guys almost 2 months ago where the short area was, the short entry area. We'll take a look at where that's at. Before we do, if you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Prime XBT. Link is down below my video. Use my link, and then when I put out the promo codes for the free $200 accounts, you can get those. If you sign up using my link, you get up to a $7,000 bonus towards your deposit. You also can get 25% off your trading fees. By far the best exchange out there, in my opinion. All the other exchanges, we've heard tons of bad stories about it. Prime has been around for a long time, and never have they been the discussion of the scam or people not getting their money or any of that stuff. Anyways, so let's take a look. We'll go into the 4-hour because that's what I was showing this chart on, right? So I do have some counts in here. Whoops. So I believe this is a huge 1-2 here, and then we have a smaller 1-2 within it. That third wave gets us way down to around 45.5. Again, it's not a straight line, right? We have a smaller wave count within that. So within this third wave structure, we have another 5-wave structure. That gets us down to about, well, right now I believe we're in the 1, 2, 3, 4. We've hit the 4. Remember, this was our target from the short zone that I gave you. I gave you this short zone right here in red. Said that'd be a great place to load up on shorts way back here when we were at 66,000. We made it all the way up to the short zone. We actually broke in and out, back up, but we never got any support up here, and we are continuing down now. So my next target is, if this is a wave 4 here and we got a wave 5, will be 56.4 to 52.2 range, right? And obviously those numbers aren't going to be exact, but these are the ranges I'm looking at for a bounce, right? So if it's up here, our wave 4 bounce is going to be higher. If it comes down here, our wave 4 bounce is going to be somewhere, so right around where we're at now, right? So if we break down, we go down to the 52.2. That's really where I believe we're headed before a decent bounce. And then that would be our wave 4, probably get us back up to the 59 to 62 range, and then continuation of the downside, right? Completing our wave 3 in white, and then we'll have our wave 4 up, probably somewhere around 52 to 54,000, and then our 5th wave down to here. Now, this could end up being just a big wave 1, and then we get a 2, and then our continuation down to the lower lows I think we're going to. Now let's take a look at Ethereum. Remember, we're going to take a look at Ethereum, Litecoin, BNB, XRP, gold, and silver also. This is going to be a longer video than usual. I just wanted to let you guys look at this and kind of put it all together. You guys know the housing market has peaked and is coming back down. Automotives like Ford, Chevy, GM, all those, they are having a hard time selling vehicles. Drive by any of their lots, they're totally full. You go in, the salesman will try to tell you, they'll give you, they're trying to give you all these deals and everything else to try to move them. People aren't spending cash. Why? Because they've ran out of cash. They were using credit. Now their credit is limited. They're starting to not pay their credit card bills. Guys, we've seen this all before. A lot of you younger ones haven't seen this stuff, but guys, it is a replica of 2008. But I think 2008 is like a blip compared to what this is. 2008 was a housing market bubble. We have an everything bubble. This thing is, I'm telling you, like I said, no one knows the future, but the charts are pointing to bad news. So where are we at right here on Ethereum? So our support on Ethereum right now is around 31.80. If we break this range, open and close the daily below it, my target, doesn't mean it goes straight down, right? It'll probably take time, is around 1900 to 2000. Probably get a big bounce here. And then just like, so these targets, I put these targets up when we topped over here, right? We got a bounce off our first 1162, right? I believe if we break this 2000, that's our next support. After that's around 690. Believe it or not, 253 after all that. Now, Litecoin. So looking at Litecoin, same thing. My targets for Litecoin have not changed. Obviously, I thought it'd be quicker, but once we break this range around 66 bucks, I see your next main support around 23.79, and then we have 15.5. It could even go lower, guys. It could go much lower. Again, these are speculative assets. What crashes the most in a market crash? Speculative assets. The more speculative it is, the harder it crashes. Why? Because people don't want to hold on to it because they're not certain about anything with it. BNB. So BNB did the same, pretty much same thing as Bitcoin. Broke this high, coming back down. BNB's support level, we are right around it right now, is about 55 or 552. If that breaks, your measured move is going to be between 350 and 400. But again, I have much lower lows down here for it. My ultimate target, I called this one out in, I think, 20 or 21. I think we'll see it around 69 bucks. Again, we got our bounce off our first level we expected. I didn't expect it to be an all-time high bounce. Nevertheless, these are all high liquidity areas that are going to be hit, in my opinion. XRP, you guys know my thoughts on XRP. This thing died back in 2018. Just look at it. It is horrible. Still have the targets 4 to 27 cents. 27 cents, if they're lucky, will hold. But nothing looks good there. Gold, you guys know, I think an Elliott wave count, I think this was wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think this, even though we could get one more little spike up, the correction from this is going to be huge. As of now, if we've topped here, my targets are around 12 to 1300 first bounce target, 973, could go as low as this, but 1200 is about where I'm looking at for this if it does come down from here. Silver, same thing with silver, guys. I see silver going super low, 5 to 12 bucks. Last time it was that low was 08. You be the judge. But remember, when the markets crash, everybody's screaming to everybody, getting gold, getting silver, getting whatever. All that stuff falls right along with the market. If you're in cash, when that stuff falls, you can get that stuff very cheap and then ride it back up. Just be careful out there, guys. Remember, unrealized profits are not profits. I'll leave a trading video up top. Shows you how to enter trades. If you guys are going to use Prime XBT, definitely check it out. And I will see you in the next video. Make sure you smash the likes, leave your comments, and see you in the next one.